sound very stupid right now, but I'm trying to be super quiet because everybody's asleep right now. Anyways, today, I'm doing the Harry Potter spells tag, which I was tagged to do by Catherine's books, or Catherine Elise, if you will. So yeah, let's do this thing. I really should stop doing this. Okay, question number 1. Expecto Patronum, a book connected to good childhood memories. And for that, I chose The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket, mainly because there's just, it's not a happy book. It's a very bad things happen to these poor children, but it's got good memories for me. They're the reason I read. I have them beautifully lined up on my shelf, and I love them a lot. Always will. Always. So, that's the book connected to good memories for me. Question number 2, Expelliarmus, a book that took you by surprise. Now for this, I kind of had trouble choosing, but I ended up with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I almost said James Dashner, that's not right at all. This book took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting anything to happen, like that to happen, like what happened, I wasn't expecting that at all, and I was so surprised. Like, I just remember messaging Catherine, funny moment, actually, and I'm like, when I figured it out, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, no way. And I didn't actually cry, I know, but I don't know, I just didn't connect very well with him, or, I don't know, I really enjoyed the book and stuff, but again, it still took me by surprise. I mean, I was like, holy crap, I was not expecting that. So that's book 2. Number 3, Prior Incantato, the last book you read. For that, I chose The Death Cure by James Dashner, because this is the last book I've read. Finally read this book. And may I just say, what was that? I just can't be the ending to this series. I did, however, enjoy this book somehow. I don't know how. It tore my heart out and everything in between, but I still enjoyed it. I don't know how. I just did. So that's the last book I read. Number 4, Alohamora, a book that introduced you to a genre you had not considered before. For that, I chose The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, because in 6th grade, when my teacher started reading it to us, this was at the time when I wasn't super into reading, and I only read, the occasional children's book every once in a while. And then she started reading these, and I'm like, wow, these are great! And then she stopped reading them to us because the class wouldn't shut up. But, and then we just kept reading them, I kept reading them, and now I, love them all, and I just, And, okay, so that's number 4. Okay, book 5 is Riddikulus, a funny book you read, and for that, I also chose The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, because it's freaking hilarious, okay? It's freaking hilarious. I wasn't sure where the Latin came from. I think it meant eat my pants. Percy Jackson, everybody. Percy Jackson, everybody. Alright, book number 6. Question number 6. Sonorus, a book you think everybody should know about. For this, I chose Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. Mainly because I feel like it's an underappreciated book. I thought it sounded stupid, like super stupid. But my dad talked me into reading it because he was like, he told me the story of how he discovered it, and he was like, some lady gave it to him when he was working on her chimney, and she was like, here, read this book, and he's like, okay. But then he was like, inside, he's like, no. And then he finally picked it up, and he loved it, and he was like, whoa, now it's his favorite book. And then he tried to get me to read it, and I was like, no, that sounds stupid. Guess what? I read it, and I loved it. And then the movie came out, and don't go off the movie. You should know that by now. But easily, do not go off the Ender's Game movie. This book is really good, and I think everybody should know about it. Period. Number 7. Oh, that was my computer falling asleep. Okay. Question number 7. Obliviate. A book or spoiler you would like to forget having read. For that, I also chose The Death Cure by Jan Stashner because, oh my goodness gracious, the freaking spoilers I read for this book. It almost made me not want to read it, but, you know, obviously I had to read it because I had to finish this series, and then I'm just like, and I wasn't going to read it till like next year or after, when the movie's going to come out, then I kept hearing things about the sports trials being, I don't know. So I decided to read it, and it didn't kill me as much. It just, I don't know, there's a lot of spoilers in this book I wish I hadn't read. If you've read it, you know probably what I mean by that. So yeah, that's the spoiler book I would like to forget reading. That was dumb. Question number 8. Imperio, a book you had to read for school. For that, I chose the Iliad and the Odyssey, stories from Homer's epics. Now, I don't know if I've actually read this book for school, but, you know, my school sent it to me because it says K-12 right here, and that's a public homeschool. So, obviously I would have had to have read it at some point, but I don't think I did, which doesn't really matter, because you know what? I already know, like, all of these because Percy Jackson. Up here. Like Elsa. Let it go! No, not gonna let Percy go. Percy's in my heart forever. So that's the book I had to have read for school, even though I probably didn't, because I already knew all the answers and stuff. Okay, question number 9. Crucio, a book that was painful to read. Now, speaking of Percy Jackson, for this I chose The Blood of Olympus by Greg Arden. Mainly because throughout reading this book, all I can think is, oh my gosh, I'm never going to have another Percy Jackson book. This is a really sad moment for me. And then, you don't even get any Percy point of view. No Annabeth, no Percabeth, really. No Hazel, no Frank. You just, I don't know. But, this book was painful for me to read, because all I could think is, no more Percy. And the last question, number 10, Avada Kedavra, a book that could kill. Now for this, I chose The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, mainly because there's a lot of death in this book. And there's a lot of things that could kill you. And I don't know. I wasn't really sure of what to pick for this question, so I just kind of went with this book because why not? I just, sure. Woo. Okay, that's all the books, and that was probably pretty obvious that was my first book tag, because you're supposed to mention what video you saw this on, and all kinds of things in the beginning, and I obviously didn't do that. I'm sorry. I'm trying, I swear. But, yeah, so that was my first book tag. It was pretty bad. But, I will link the Catherine's video, or Katie, or Kat, as I call her, down below. I'll also link the video she saw it from and whatever, I don't really know. Just kind of, jumping in here. And if you somehow enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you would like to please give me tips on how to be better at this. And yeah, so that's all. Bye.